What's up, gamers? Today we're looking at the top 5 upcoming games of 2021. These games aren't all for kids, so please take note of these ratings. Now buckle up and log in. At number 5 we have a great reboot. Kind of. I am of course talking about Back 4 Blood. This amazing zombie-esque game is made by the original creators of Left 4 Dead, before Valve got involved of course. This takes place on a post-apocalyptic Earth. Back 4 Blood definitely remind you of Left 4 Dead. You're gonna have 4 human survivors trying to punch and kick their way through tons of zombies, which in this case are called the Ridden. Sometimes you just got that itch to do some blasting. Oh, and also, don't forget to bring your friends. That's what this game's all about, as it can support up to 4 players at once. So rather you want to go blasting solo with some AI, or teach your cousin Mordo how it's done. Just hop on in and do it. Do it! Back 4 Blood really feels like they're out for vengeance. And they aren't just stopping with zombies. They really went out of the way to make this one unique. They made the Ridden with special mutations so that they'll feel different across the board. You have everything from the Stinger that can climb walls, can leap from pole to pole, you name it. It also shoots a sticky trap that immobilizes you. And just once you think you're safe, the wretch comes out. Not only is it huge and gross looking, but it also vomits this green goo on players that not only obscures their vision, but also attracts even more zombies. Oh, and did I forget to mention? There's also a tall boy. This is a big, towering Ridden that not only has a powerful arm, but has incredible strength. All in all, Back 4 Blood is not a game you'll want to miss. Whether it be murdering zombies, big mutants, or even climby thingies, this game's for you. Just have fun blasting, and bring your friends along too. At number 4, we have the open world juggernaut that is Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 is of course going to be an amazing game. It takes place on the fictional Caribbean island of Yara, which of course is inspired by Cuba. As you'll see throughout it, it draws a lot of lines very similar to the Castro regime. It's going to be the largest Far Cry playground to date, and it's supposed to take place in a tropical paradise that's kind of been frozen in time back in that 50s, 60s vibe. Speaking of vibes, you're going to play a local Yaran named Danny Rojas. Now he is a guerrilla soldier and he's fighting to get back that previous honor and freedom that his family had prior to this regime taking place. One great thing about the Far Cry series is they always go out of their way to make a metaphor, give you a deeper investment into the story. So in this trailer that we've seen him hand his grenade to his son and is explaining how it is very closely linked to how the country is. If you don't hold on tight to it, keep your grip, you're gonna lose everything. It's gonna explode in your hands, in your face, everywhere. One thing that I do love about the Far Cry series is they always give you a huge area to run around in and explore. This one's no different, as it's supposed to be the absolute largest, which considering back to Far Cry 5 and how that broke up into basically 4 different zones, I can only imagine how big this beautiful island's gonna be, and I can't wait to see it in person. One thing that they have said that they're working on that was a beef from Far Cry 5 is they're actually working on getting more customization across all the character pets so that you'll have more unique faces, more unique individuals, and it won't just be kinda cookie cutter like what you had in the previous Far Cry experience. This is all going to add up to bring you way more realism and be a much better game overall. And of course, you'll still be able to have multiplayer function. Now we don't know if cross-platform's on the way, but they're kind of hinting at the possibility of it. So we'll just have to wait and see, but this looks like a fantastic Far Cry. So if exploring Yara and taking down a tyrannical regime sounds like something that'd be fun to you, then go ahead and pick up Far Cry 6 when it comes out later this year. At number 3, we of course have the amazing Chivalry II. The original Chivalry was a landmark game in terms of hand-to-hand, sword-to-sword melee combat. they're now amping this up. They're taking what they've learned from Chivalry, they're implementing things from Mordhau to help build an even better experience. They want you to have huge battles. I'm talking massive. They're talking up to 64 players all on the same battleground at once, duking it out old style. One thing about the original Chivalry is that the combat system was kind of clunky. Well, that is why they've been working on this for so long. They've been revamping it, redoing every aspect of it, even moving it to a newer engine. Now with that, you'll get a much smoother battle, as well as you'll be able to feel the thud of steel sinking into the bone. Now we all know that Chivalry 1 wasn't shy about limbs getting cut off and going flying across the battlefield. Well, in Chivalry 2, they've even revamped it to make it more vivid, more cut points, and more places for things just to be absolutely crushed. That being said, Chivalry 2 looks like a game that you won't want to miss. It's even cross-platform, so if you have the guts, bring your friends along too. So if you're ever feeling alone, feel free to subscribe. We'll be your friend. At number 2, we got a new version of World of Warcraft.
Got him!
No, we're just playing. We're talking about Valheim, which is in early access on Steam right now. It's the only game on the list that isn't actually cross-platform in terms of being available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, but it's so good that we're throwing it in the list anyways. You are thrusted back into a world of Viking heritage and carnage. Valheim is open world, and you can also explore it as every map is completely different, so it's got endless playability. You can build custom houses, you can fight trolls, skeletons, heck, even go into dungeons. It's hard to find something that you can't do. Want to build a boat and go sailing on the sea? You can do that, just watch out for the giant serpent. It may or may not eat you. It's eaten me once. Now with Valheim, there are endless enemies, especially bosses. Now not only whenever you kill bosses do you get this giant trophy saying that you killed them, you get exclusive drops that help you advance to the next tier in technology, as well as perks and boosts based on what boss you kill. Now while that's all fine and dandy, some of us just go to play games to relax, and that's why I like the aspects of just mining and chopping down trees just to get resources. It's very relaxing. Either way, if you just like building, exploring, or taking out waves of enemies, Valheim is definitely a game that should be on your list. At number 1, we have the legendary series Resident Evil. We're doing Resident Evil 8 at this because they're promising a whole new generation of survival horror. Not only are they promising ultra-realistic graphics, it's also going to be powered by the infamous RE engine. Now this story takes place just a few years ahead of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. However, it's a whole new storyline, and it begins with Ethan and his wife living peacefully in a brand new undisclosed location. Free from their past nightmares, they're just trying to put together their life and build a new one with that. Now there's going to be 2 main locations that this takes place. Of course, the game's called The Village, so a big portion of the map is in fact The Village. But you'll also get to be inside the castle, which is not only huge, but it's beautiful, full of secret trapdoors, and long treacherous hallways. Now, not only do you have to worry about getting your daughter out from hell, but you also have to worry about creepy witches, dark magic, and even some voodoo. Now, being that this is a survival horror game, keeping track of your healing items, ammo, and, of course, your weapons is gonna be vital. I mean, even down to how you use the weapon to kill which enemies are crucial. Resident Evil 8, The Village, looks like it's gonna be a complete and total nightmare. So if you think you can take on Resident Evil, give it a try. Also, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below letting us know which games you think are gonna be the best of 2021.